All right, welcome everyone to our deep dive today. We're going to be exploring something called the law of perception.
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah, and I think this one is going to really make you think. We've got a passage here, a really short one, but it packs a punch. I think by the time we get to the end, you're going to be surprised how much this law of perception actually impacts your everyday life.
It's like, we go through life assuming everybody sees things the same way.
Yeah, totally.
But this idea really throws a wrench in things.
It really does. Okay, so the passage says, reality is shaped by how you interpret it, not necessarily by what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of a mind-blowing statement when you stop and think about it. Is it saying that reality is all in my head?
Well, not exactly. There is a real world out there, right?
Yeah.
We're not saying it's all just, made up.
No, for sure.
But it's more about how each see that world. There's this filter we all have.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, two people could see the same thing.
Right.
And have totally different experiences of it.
Yeah, let me give you an example. Think about the Great Fire of London back in 1666.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It was a huge disaster, right?
Absolutely.
But even in that, some people saw opportunity.
Really?
Yeah, they were like, okay, we can rebuild. We can make London even better than it was before. But others, and understandably so, they just saw tragedy, loss. It felt like the end of their world.
Right.
But it was the same fire.
Yeah, same event, totally different reactions.
Exactly. It all comes down to how they interpreted what happened.
And that ties right back to what our passage is getting at, right?
Absolutely.
Because it says, your mindset determines your experience, shift perception, and life changes.
And that's what's so powerful about all of this.
Yeah.
Because it means we're not just along for the ride,
Right.
We actually have a choice in how we see things and how we react.
Okay, so that's what I really want to get into now. How do we actually do that?
Yeah.
How do we change our mindset?
So there are definitely tools and techniques we can use. One really powerful one is mindfulness.
Okay.
Have you ever tried that?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure I totally get it, though.
So it's basically about noticing your thoughts, but without judging them. Just letting them be. So a simple thing you can try is just focusing on your breath for a few minutes each day.
Okay.
Just feel the air going in and out. It's like a little vacation for your mind.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it helps create space between you and your thoughts.
So it's not about, forcing yourself to be happy all the time.
No, not at all.
More about just, noticing what's going on in our heads.
Exactly. And then deciding how we want to respond to those thoughts.
Okay, so that's where this other thing I've heard of comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cognitive reframing.
Yes. That's about challenging those negative thoughts,
Yeah.
the ones that hold us back, and replacing them with something more positive.
Okay, give me an example of that.
Sure. So let's say something bad happens, and your first thought is, I can't believe this is happening to me.
Yeah.
With reframing, you might try saying, okay, this is tough, but what can I learn from it?
Mm-hmm.
How can I use this to grow?
That's a good point. But doesn't that, get into that whole toxic positivity thing?
That's a great question.
Where we're ignoring real problems.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to do that. It's not about pretending everything is perfect.
Okay.
It's more about choosing a response that gives you power. Think of it like choosing a pair of glasses. You could wear rose-tinted glasses where everything looks amazing, but you might trip over something because you're not seeing clearly.
Oh, I get it.
But clear glasses, they let you see the world as it is, with all its challenges, so you can handle them better.
That's a really good analogy. I like that a lot. So basically, what we're seeing here is that the way we see the world really does shape our experience of it.
Right.
We're not just stuck with whatever happens. We can actually choose how we think about things, and that can change everything.
Exactly.
And that leads us to a final thought for everyone listening.
Mm-hmm.
Think about one area of your life that could be totally different if you shifted your perception.
Ooh, good one.
It could be a relationship that's struggling, or a problem at work that feels impossible, or even just your whole outlook on life.
Yeah.
The power to change things really is in your hands.
That's the law of perception in action.